Buongiorno St. Francis and buongiorno people of God. It is Wednesday, the 16th day of November 2022. I'm trying to remember my days. 16th day of November 2022, Wednesday of the 33rd week in Ordinary Time. Coming to you this morning before it rains again, because it is November. There's not fog, there's rain. Beautiful view of the Umbrian Valley above or below Assisi. Assisi's above that. Somewhere in there is the Church of St. Mary of the Angels, the Pozioncola down there someplace. You can't really see it. But over here is the Basilica of St. Clare. Basilica of St. Clare this morning, the great buttresses that were attached, again, Romanesque, not actually a Gothic cathedral, but a more Romanesque cathedral of the time, still because of its walls not being able to support the roof. The buttresses were placed over there. So the great fountain, the great square in front of the Basilica of Santa Chiara, St. Clare. So on this Wednesday morning, continue again with Revelation, as we will, I think, both these weeks, this week and then the last week of the year next week. Revelation, again, now showing the great vision of the heavenly court to John, and the martyrs and saints all arrayed around God, the four living creatures with eyes all over their bodies, and all kinds of fantastic descriptions about these creatures, but the idea is that they all bow in honor and adoration of God, who is on the throne, and all glory and honor and power belong to Him. Again, this is a passage of Revelation that becomes one of the canticles that is read at evening prayer. Yes, I think it's evening prayer, a couple of days a week. so in the 4-week cycle, this great description of heaven and of heavenly glory. And the fact of God, who is in charge of everything. So again, this constant reminder about God being in charge. And the problem with us is that we doubt that constantly. And when we doubt that, then things begin to go awry, and we cannot see the trees through the forest. We cannot find our way in the dark, and we cannot navigate life and its ups and downs, because we forget that God is in charge. We begin to think God isn't, or that we have to be in charge, and that's what makes things worse. Revelation is wonderful, not because it talks about the end of the world, and not because it talks about devils and the omen and all kinds of things like that, because it's all lies. That's all Hollywood trying to make money, and they make a lot of money doing that. Understanding always that our God is the one who is in charge, and our God is the one who saves. Our God is the one who guides and directs us always, is what is important, and very difficult to believe at times, challenging to believe, but we must be witnesses in this world. The gospel for today, again, these gospels towards the end of the year can sort of try to surmise in many ways Jesus's earthly ministry. And so here you have the parable of the king who goes out on a journey and gives some coins to be invested to a variety of servants, and most of the servants invest those coins and bring them back with interest and whatever it is, but the one servant basically says that the master was hard and demanding, and he was frightened, and so he buried the 10 coins and did nothing with them, and gave them back. And that wasn't bad, I guess, but for the master it was, because then basically he says, take these coins and put this guy out into the outer darkness, and again, from more will be given, for more, those who have more will be given more, and those who have little they have will be taken away. And then it ends with that chilling statement: those people who didn't want me as their master or their king, bring them before me that I may slay them. It's kind of a strange thing for Jesus to say. What's going on? It's like, again, it's this kind of lunacy or this absurdity in this gospel about a God of love, and a God who does constantly kind of profess love to us. But here Jesus in Luke's gospel just seems to go a little bit awry. And it's probably because he is very tired of the animosity that the Pharisees and the scribes and the Sadducees and everybody else have been placing before him, and responding to his ministry and preaching with. And then basically suddenly it's the idea is that if you are not going to do anything with this that I am giving you, Jesus says, this great message of hope, of love, of forgiveness, of peace, of mercy, then you're going to lose out. And you're going to miss something incredible, and your lives are going to be all the sadder and all the less complete because of it. Again, this great resistance to Christ that Jesus faces throughout the Gospels, and at times Jesus, in a very human way, just can't take anymore, and basically confronts all of this resistance, all of this inability to receive and accept what it is that he has to offer and to give, with basically just a point blank. To lose out on him, to lose out on God, to lose out on what God is doing before them is a great loss. Again, it's something for us to think about. Again, the more that we don't trust God, the more that we refuse to listen or to believe in the wonderful things that God has to say, then basically our lives will be less than what they can be. We'll be all the sadder because of it. And may the Lord give you his peace.